Hello everybody and welcome back to Factorio. Today we're gonna start off by cancelling all the solar panels that we have queued in the previous episode because for a very simple reason. I was looking at the state of things yesterday and it kind of occurred to me that we can actually do something much better. So we already have 3 solar panels built, but that's not the problem. So the thing that I want to do is actually quite simple. We're gonna go and do utility science. And for utility science we need processing units, flying robot frames, and low density structures. Now, you've probably noticed that two of these things we already have. So over here we have over here we have blue chips. Over here we have robot frames. They're both in chests. And all we need is to get some low density structures. I'm not gonna be able to put too much road here, but we get some low density structures and we will be able to build. Let me quickly pull up the research panel. We will be able to research the portable fusion reactor. Now, this is a huge upgrade over the solar panels, over the portable solar panels, that this will provide us with constant power at a rate that we will most likely won't be able to consume. So, in order to do that, the first thing that we need to do is craft some barrels. Yeah, craft some barrels. So I've just queued up 50 barrels and I'm heading down to the explosives crafting station. And the reason why we're doing this is because we need cliff explosives. So we need 1 empty barrel, 1 grenade, and 10 explosives. So we've just queued up 50 barrels. That means 50 times 10, that means 500 explosives. Now, I kinda doubt that I have 500 explosives here. But we will start queuing things up and pick things up from the factories too. We are able to get a decent amount of explosives straight off the belt. How many barrels do we still have? We still have 18 barrels. I'm gonna try to get most of the explosives. And I'm gonna put the rest in a chest here for later usage if we're gonna need them. Also, I'm not gonna use these solar panels, so might as well just put them there. They're gonna generate 180 kilowatts for us. That's basically nothing, but hey, it's free power. I'm not gonna say no to it. I'm gonna go ahead and deconstruct this because once we get bots, they're gonna want to construct everything and I'll be very upset with that. Well, our resources are still trickling here, so we're not gonna get too much done, but it should be enough to get us started. So let us talk low density structures. Now, low density structures is one of those recipes that is polarized on one ingredient, and that is copper plates. So we need, I believe, 1 copper plate per second I'm not gonna build to scale this, and that is because we don't have the resources to supply that. But I will build something like maybe 8 of these. Let me put the inserters in first. So we're gonna do it like this. And this is gonna be out over here. And this, I'm just trying to build them symmetrical, and I'm gonna have it like this, and we just need the long-handed inserters. These are ins and these are outs. Now I like to keep them like this because I can very well see where we're outputting, and I can see that these ones are actually wrong. These are meant to be inputs, so we can see that we have 2 lines here and we have 2 arrows here. So keeping them symmetrical like this helps us spot any mistakes in our like we just saw in our blueprinting. This should be fairly fast to build. And potentially even faster to connect. Now we have just connected on the second line there, so we'll use lines 3 and 4. This will actually get their own dedicated belts because they're that resource intensive. Am I out of grenades? For some reason I don't see any in my inventory, and yeah, we're out of grenades. Let's just go grab another, whatever this belt holds of grenades. Yeah, that's almost 200 grenades. Should be more than enough to clear some trees, because this is now in the way. Here's me hoping I don't destroy any other things just with this. I'll need to clear this up as well, because this is where our yellow sands production is gonna happen. So let's see now. We said we're gonna go on the third belt here. So this one goes here, goes up 3, and then we are totally out of undergrounds. Fortunately, I do have a few. I'll queue up that one afterwards. So that goes like this goes like this. I'm actually not gonna put them on the bus. I think it's perfectly fine for end products, like very expensive things not to be on the bus. Like we have the blue chips, the low density structures, the robot frames. We can just bring them straight to the recipe consumers. So I really do hope I read it well, and that we need plastic and steel. Very sure we just need plastic and steel. Yeah, plastic and steel. So that is LDS. And the last bit here is getting the actual ingredients into the factories. So we'll need 2 belts, because we have 3 ingredients in total. We'll leave flying robot frames on their own belt, and we'll go processing unit and low density structure. Sorry, low density structure is gonna be on its own belt, and processing units and flying robot frames on their own frame, on their own on a mixed belt. And this should be a fairly straightforward setup. I am running out of a few things, so I hope I have enough to place down everything that I want to place down here. But this looks like the blueprint, I think. Yeah, we're gonna keep it with just one power pole. Let's put it like this. So we said LDS on one belt. I will do a very quick and hacky chest over here and limit this to maybe 50. The stack sizes are quite small. And now let's go ahead and deliver that. We have filled up on frames as well. Let's start taking the blue chips over. Now I'm gonna change something here to make that possible. So this should, yeah, that light needs to be moved, and that means that we can now get our blue chips. Well, yeah, that is very wishful thinking on my behalf. Let's get however many we have. I think those are plenty regardless. And we're gonna do a belt here, join them, and we're gonna drag them through here. So that's one, and again, I don't necessarily want to build to scale right now, as we don't have the resources, and I want to spend as little time on placing down things manually as possible. So I am actually gonna leave it like this for now. Let's drag this belt. Okay, so what I'm gonna actually do is I'm gonna drag this belt all the way here. I want this belt to be somewhere around there. Let's get some leaf explosives. And hope we don't run into any more cliffs. But we do. So we have to take care of them. Drag this all the way to here. I think we need to leave one row in between. Yeah, we need one row in between. And I'm actually gonna upgrade. Pretty sure I had these ones somewhere. I'm gonna upgrade these to the large power poles, and then I should be able to have enough coverage everywhere. Do this. So as yellow sands will start slowly trickling down, I will queue up the first yellow sands research that we're gonna want to get, and that is portable fusion reactor. And just because of the resource scarcity, I have queued up a few efficiency modules just so that we get as much as we can out of our ingredients. I don't think we'll ever see more usage than these four for now. Might be a very interesting idea to give modules to some of the other assembling machines. Like these four. But modules are something that build extremely slowly. So well, while we do that, I think we have enough here to build our power armor. And while we're doing that, I will move a few things into my trash slots, just so that when we switch over the armors, we don't accidentally spill everything on the ground. I will build one exoskeleton as well. I don't think we need anything else right now. We have the power armor. That actually gave us way more storage space as well. So let's take everything back. This goes back in. And let's go into the power armor. We have a bit of a grid here. Most of it is gonna be built with the power production module. But we do have a bit of extra space around, and that's probably gonna be another roboport, and we might consider if we go down to one battery to make room for 4 roboports for now, until we get the other research. But that being said, I think it's okay. We have 4 more modules. I'm not gonna leave here until we've actually placed them, and we obviously will not do anything right now with these because sorry, not with that, with these, because we have no power production. I've just put them in so that they don't take space in my inventory anymore. Let's go and throw this away, and we are gonna get ready. How many? Oh man, that's so little. That's just 100 laser turrets. That's almost nothing, but they'll have to do. I will queue up 5 of these. I'll need a lot of big electric poles, and I'm out of steel, I'm out of copper. Fortunately, that I can actually, well, pun intended, steal from somewhere. Let's empty that belt. That's a bit too much. And I can get a bit of that. Let us put the... Oh, we're gonna put everything in here that we can store. No point in hanging around. So we are finally gonna go and do our railroad. We have 500 landfill. I think that should be plenty. I'm gonna move a few things into my trash slot because oh, we still need to grab things. So let's just keep a stack of the important things and move most of the things. Actually, burners are... Some of them I didn't even get to place, but they're trash now, which is highly unfortunate. think that this is enough. I do need to build 2 cargo wagons, 2 train stops. We don't have anywhere close to enough belt for what we need to do next. Let's see, what else do we need? We need way more steel chests. I'm not gonna take red belt right now. I'm gonna put some of the railroad tracks and the gears back into trash just as a temporary buffer. We have a radar, that's good. We don't need underground, we don't need any of those things. So what I will want to build is a few more steel chests. How many do we have? 27. We need 48 in total. That means we need another 21. That should be 21. We need stack inserters. We need another 48 stack inserters. What are we missing? We're missing gears. And we're missing electronic circuits. We are missing advanced circuits as well. Let me see, I want to get maybe that many. That should allow us to build some of them. I'm gonna go and get my base to a crawl because we're gonna deplete red circuits here. So I'm actually gonna temporarily turn down this buffer to just 1 slot so that we don't use any of the red chips. Now these labs will most likely just have a few of them functioning, so I've added modules there to get the most out of those as I can. I will get the train line running through here right below the forest. This way hopefully I don't have to clear too much forest, and I'll try to get the lines down over here somewhere. We do see an attack coming, but it's just not that many. Oh, okay, I almost forgot. We also need to build 2 locomotives, and we need 40 engine units for that. And that is 4 too many. There we go, 2 locomotives. We have the cargo wagons. Let's go and see. We want to get this somewhere like there. And let's start placing down train tracks. We're gonna need to use cliff explosives here to make room. Now, one thing that we don't have is power here. And I actually want to drag power because without power we won't be able to clear some of the bases that I've seen on the other side. And that's gonna make us vulnerable to biter attacks. Because I am planning on protecting everything with laser turrets down there. It's gonna be a very far distance away, so I don't want to have to go to resupply ammo. So let's go ahead, and the first bit is gonna be to get the rail over there, and we're gonna look at hopefully getting the portable fusion reactor done by the time I manage to get rails all the way to our patch, because part of the offensive strategy that I have is to actually have robots. It's all good. We're down to 13 electric poles. That is so little. Let's get a few more. So let's see, where does the next electric pole need to be? Needs to be right there. I believe that this is it. Yeah. And what I'm gonna do is get a blueprint, get the tiles as well, and this will allow me to more easily place the this would work way faster with bots, that's for sure, but more easily place the power poles, the place where the next power pole needs to be at full length. Let's also get the railroad for this. Let's put this here for now. And one more, and I think this should do it. Let's get the railroad through. Purple. And we're just gonna go like this until we reach our ore patch. I think we should be able to see the ore patch as we drive below, as we place railroad below it, above it. Our radar should be able to scan just enough. We do need to get these stones out of the way though. Maybe the bottom one not so much, but still. Over here. We can see that the medium biters do pose quite the challenge, so let's do this manually for now. Let's go to our military tab and we're gonna add the laser turrets, and we're gonna use the laser turrets just as a defense. And we can see that the medium worms have quite a long range, but well, fortunately this was a very small base, so we were able to take care of it quite easily. But now deconstructing everything is gonna be a problem. Maybe I need to make to place down less laser turrets. We're already at 50%, so portable fusion reactor is something that's gonna be very soon. And I did want to get that rolling while we take our time to do this very tedious task of dragging the rails. So This is as much as we're gonna drag the railroad. Oh, we're gonna merge the lanes there, and then we're gonna look at getting these two. Actually, now that I look at it, maybe it makes more sense to harvest this copper patch rather than this one, and I could look at maybe just dredging two railroad tracks, one for copper, one for stone, for iron, and I'm actually gonna do that. So this is gonna be our copper train. Let's name the station. I like to use symbols rather than names to name my station, and the convention that I generally use is the resource that we're dealing with in the station and either a U or an L. L is for loading, U is for unloading. And let's change, sorry, not the name. I want to change the color of this to a light blue color. Actually, I think that this is a good color. Let's copy that, and I'm gonna place my train down. So we have a locomotive that's gonna move to the east, and then we'll have 4 cargo wagons, and then we'll have another locomotive that's gonna move to the west. We're very long coal, so I'm just gonna put a stack on each engine. That's not gonna be a lot, but it is what it is. I do want to craft a few wires here. I'm actually not gonna do this because this is way easier to do with bots once we get them. But yeah, basically this is gonna be where the resource loading is gonna happen. We're gonna have some belts here. I don't want to place the miners down either. Let's go back to and build the other side of the train station, I think. And I will try to get the resources as close to where I'm planning on doing the smelting furnaces as possible. But for this episode, I think we're gonna be dragging out this train line all the way to somewhere about here, and then call it a day because we're getting very close to the time limit for the episode that I've set for myself. So let's go ahead. I'll have to blow up a few more. Unfortunately, none of the train tracks got destroyed in the process. So I think that it's gonna be up to maybe here. So that's it for now. We're in the middle of a railroad leading to nowhere. In the next episode, we're gonna be looking at placing down the electric smelting electric smelting lines. Finally, getting bots, getting power for our armor, and building the smelting, the mining array here. getting those resources back here and into the smelting array to finally solve our iron dependency issue, which is now a copper dependency issue. But yeah, and also I think that we'll be mining this resource patch over this one. It looks a lot bigger, and we already have a railroad through. Getting a second one should be fairly easy. With that being said, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you here next time.